So would you like to comment at the outset of those who are looking for a label, what your position is on judicial philosophy?
I am acutely aware that as a judge in our system, I have limited power, and I am trying in every case to stay in my lane. I ensure that I am proceeding from a position of neutrality. And then there's the factual record. I am evaluating all of the facts from various perspectives, trying to understand what those who created this policy or this law intended.
If a senator were to ask you today about proposals about changing the current size of the Supreme Court, what would your response be?
In my view, judges should not be speaking to political issues, and certainly not a nominee. September 11th was a tragic attack on this country. We all lived through it. We saw what happened. Federal public defenders don't get to pick their clients. They have to represent whoever comes in, and it's a service. That's what you do as a federal public defender. You are standing up for the constitutional value of representation. I think that experience in the criminal justice system, whether, as you say, on the prosecution side or the defense side, having actual experience is an asset as a judge.
Do you agree with Justice Kavanaugh that Roe v. Wade is settled as a precedent? And will you, like Justice Barrett, commit to obey all the rules of stare decisis in cases related to the issue of abortion?
Roe and Casey are the settled law of the Supreme Court.
Critical race theory, as you know, originated at your and my alma mater at the Harvard Law School. In your understanding, what does critical race theory mean? What is it?
Senator, my understanding is that critical race theory is it is an academic theory that is about the ways in which race interacts with various institutions. It doesn't come up in my work as a judge. It's never something that I've studied or relied on, and it wouldn't be something that I would rely on if I was on the Supreme Court.
But Judge, with all due respect, and I'm telling you what, I'll be direct with you. I am questioning your discretion and your judgment. That's exactly what I'm doing. It really bothers me when in every case, child porn case you've had discretion, you've sentenced below the guidelines and below the government's recommendation.
If you were to look at the greater body of not only my more than 100 sentences, but also the sentences of other judges in my district and nationwide, you would see a very similar exercise of attempting to do what it is that judges do. Congress is the body that tells sentencing judges what they're supposed to look at. And in every case, I did my duty to hold the defendants accountable in light of the evidence and the information that was presented to me.
Back in 2016, you presided over a case brought by the RNC against USAID related to then presidential candidate Clinton, and you ruled in favor of the RNC. In this case, you reinforced your deserved reputation for following the law, not a partisan agenda, because you ordered USAID to produce thousands of pages of documents related to Secretary Clinton.